On Thursday, as Queen Elizabeth II's health deteriorated, many people giving Prince Harry and his wife Meghan the side-eye. Shortly thereafter, the palace announced that the longest-lived and longest-reigning monarch in British history died peacefully at her summer residence in Scotland, ending the second Elizabethan Age. Since announcing their move away from the crown, other senior royals were hurt by Harry and Meghan's decision. More royal scandals ensued, as well as the death of the Queen's husband, Prince Philip, last year, but headlines about the toll of Harry and Meghan's bombshell Oprah Winfrey interview remained, along with others about the couple struggling to find their footing abroad, and how Harry was reportedly hurt when the Queen did not include a picture of his family in her 2019 Christmas speech. Still, Harry sometimes tried to paint a prettier picture, appearing on the Today Show in April to say that he and his grandmother have a really special relationship. We talk about things she can't talk about with anyone else. Speculations still run rampant online this week, with observers casting blame on his wife, accusing the former Suits actress for the decline in the Queen's health and her death, coupled with scathing reviews about the Duchess's new Spotify podcast and how it's thrown even more shade at the firm. Lavin Spicer said, "Prince Harry should be ashamed to have put Queen Elizabeth II through the Meghan Markle saga in the last years of her life. If I were Elizabeth, she would not be welcome at my homegoing service." Petronella Wyatt tweeted, "May God forgive Harry and Meghan for causing the Queen so much pain, for I never shall." Katerina added, "When Philip died, you talked about Meghan. When your country got a new Prime Minister, you talked about Meghan. When the Queen is dying, you talk about Meghan. And then you all say that Meghan is an attention seeker. Get help, please." Meanwhile, another thinks the Queen's death could have come at a worse time for these two. This is meant to be their grand debut into the world as a powerhouse couple. Press interviews, fresh content, and a mini tour to hype them up. The Queen's death has led to the tour being cut short, and the podcast, which is already struggling, might as well be dead in the water. The Queen took their sparkling debut into the afterlife with her. They might be able to salvage the podcast by suspending the release of further episodes until a week or so after the funeral, but they didn't suspend the release of the Oprah interview despite knowing that Prince Philip was dying, so who knows if they learned from last time. Plus, Harry was in London already today when they were all informed she was dying, yet he didn't get onto the same flight as the others. Why? Was there not enough space for them? Or did Harry or Meghan refuse to put the feud aside for even one moment and insist on a different flight, knowing full well that time was very short and quickly running out? Also, what made Meghan change plans about heading over? Could it be that an argument had blown up about not going with the other royals, and that they got news that she'd passed before getting on the flight? If that happened, only a conspiracy so far, then that very easily could have caused some real hell between the two. I wouldn't have dared get on the flight with him either if she had.